So I finally arrived to the airport. I think I could have closed by arriving around 7 a.m. You can see I am driving myself to the airport. I finally got to Dulles with my fiance and our son in the back sleeping. It was so nice of them to accompany me because I know how hard it is to wake up so early and to sit in the car for about an hour. And listen, you'll never believe it. Apparently, my flight got delayed because they messed up with the gates on the app. It said the gate was like to say A15, I believe, and then on the board it would say B50. And I made the dumb mistake and actually go to the other gate instead of the one that said on the app and on my boarding pass. Essentially, I ended up missing my flight. I should just listen to my gut. I was so upset. I missed my flight. And honestly, in those moments, I do appreciate my partner because he was my rock. He pretty much told me to relax, not a big deal. But of course, all the things in my head of just me beating myself down, wondering like, why did I just get so in my head? I should just follow my gut. Pretty much upset, beating myself up about why would I do that? No reason to do that. I should just relax because eventually got on the phone with customer service and they were able to work with me. They're able to get me on the flight the next day with no charge, no cost whatsoever. So I need to stop beating myself up. I need to stop getting my head into my head and talking myself down because it's not really good to do that. Because next day I took an Uber to the airport by myself, allowed my family to sleep in, not to worry. Had time to walk around the airport because I got there much earlier than I did the day before. Was able to walk around, relax, and just pretty much grab some breakfast in the morning and just wait until it was time for my group to get called so I can get on the plane. Essentially, I got on the plane, of course, and it was about a 4 to 4.5 hour flight, and here we are. It was a nasty storm. I got caught in a very nasty tropical thunderstorm. But makes sense in this tropical climate. This country has two seasons, rainy and dry. Had me sit in traffic about 2-3 hours, but I finally got to my Airbnb, got in a cottage. Um, Pretty much just looking around, seeing how it looks, nice and clean, very spacious for one person. And I got there, I would say around 5, 6 o'clock. So I immediately just unpacked my things, got comfortable, and one thing about this country, it gets dark really, really fast. Um, I went outside, heard meowing, met with a beautiful, very, very pretty cat, and it was underneath the table in the kitchen that I have. And because it got late and got dark so quickly, I think I went ahead and ordered food and had a taxi come get me. Unfortunately, in this rural area that I'm in, about an hour and a half from the city, I had, to rely on taxis. They don't do Ubers or Lyfts, so ordered some food and had a taxi come and take me there. It's beautiful cat. Um, and I know this Airbnb has a bunch of beautiful cats and dogs, very animal friendly. And I had like a seafood rice I guess like paella you can call, um, like seafood medley. Watched some Netflix, ate some food, and then got up early, so early in the morning. See, I told you I was out in a rural area. When I say rural, I mean rural. Like you can't even see the hand in front of you. No lights, no street lights, pitch black darkness. Woke up to some roosters, some animals, a cat meowing. Now that I'm looking at this video, I remember hearing some meowing, so I went outside to make sure it was okay. I, s- I swear I saw some hind legs and a tail that jumped down. So I went to look after it. It was a black cat, I believe. But this place, this Airbnb, is surrounded with animals, farm animals, domesticated animals, your cats, your dogs, a lot of greenery, a lot of fruit trees, a lot of mango trees. They said they have a lot of ginger, they grow a lot of herbs. So it just felt really good to be around in an area like this that's just out in nature, somewhere where I can just escape away from the city life, the hustle and bustle, so I can be able to be alone to my own thoughts, grounded in nature. Something that allowed me just to tap in and just to breathe and be rejuvenated. Well, now that it's 4 in the morning and I'm up, I might as well get stay up and communicate with my ancestors, let them know, and my spiritual team, let them know I arrived safely. Thank you so much for assisting me on this trip and making sure I had a safe trip and everything went well. I want to have the free time when I have the time and availability to. I try to communicate with my ancestors and my spiritual team. Try to keep them updated, and let them know, you know, check in how I'm feeling, and check in to see how they're, doing as well. I'm laying down my blue palu print, my amabai cloth, laying down white and red cloth. I was told to lay two different color cloths when I was in Johannesburg, to symbolize, to represent mother and father side, to unite them together so they can work with each other and not against each other. In a moment you'll see me lay in pebble to symbolize uniting them. I have my snuff with the yellow top as a offering, and my red, white, blue, and yellow candles in my incense holder as well. And it's good to when you pass them, it's good to have some water when you light your candles, when you light incense, when you offer, herbs, or any you have any offerings, and you have water, all those things is invitation to the spiritual realm. Candles and incense and water, those items together in a way opens the portal to the spiritual realm. And I forgot my like gun lighter, the long with the long tube. So I just pretty much lit the incense to be able to light the candles. And essentially, I have white and red. It was a way to represent the both sides of my family, both my mother's side and father's side. Have them be present with me. And then while I'm laying there is my hape and my karipe. I know a lot of people they use snuff. Snuff is a way to allow you to open up your third eye, your sinuses, be able to communicate with the spiritual realm. I do hape. And my specialty oils, I'll be using them. Link in the bio if you'd like to purchase them. Today I'll be using blessing oil. And the reason why I'm using blessing oil is I like to bless my forehead. I do in the name of the Father, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Put blessing oil, anoint my forehead with oil after I pray. I like to pray from the book of Psalms. It's very important to pray to the being you believe in. I believe in God, but whatever source or higher power that you believe in, it's always good to pray as well as communicate to your ancestors. You always pray to source and you communicate to ancestors. It always goes hand in hand. And that's why I like to pray, just a way to say I'm here, I'm walking into a portal, I'm walking and communicating, opening the door to the spiritual realm. I'm laying pebble on both sides, saying night both my mother and father's side. And then also offering snuff, which is like powdered tobacco. Something I've saw done when I was in South Africa. They laid snuff on the ground as an offering. And this is a very important step. You have your candles, your incense, your offerings. You pray to your to higher being, you pray to source, you have your water, and you clap. I was told that clapping is a way of like knocking on the door to spiritual realm. And it's very important in this step that you announce yourself. We also announce the ancestors and the spiritual um members that you would like to communicate with. You can't just communicate and just talk to the void. You have to announce who you're talking to. You say your surnames of your mother and father's side. You say your name, your age, and also list the names of the ancestors you would like to communicate with. You always have to state who you're communicating to. You cannot just communicate to the void, because something that is unpleasant will communicate and reach back to you, and you don't want that. In this moment, after I pasla, after I pray, I cleanse my cloth and my tarot cards. Um, Understand that when I conduct my readings, this is what I will do before I hop on a call with my clients. I'm doing these steps in the privacy of my own home, just to have establish a connection to the spiritual realm. It's a way of grounding myself and having my spiritual team be with me in those moments when I'm connecting, having a foot in the spiritual and the physical. Oh, that was thunder. All righty then. I don't know if you heard that in the background, but that was a nasty thunderclap that I just heard. Storm is coming. But yes, I am cleansing my bones. I'm cleansing my cards. All this is being done in the privacy before a call, before I connect to a client. And also, I do this when I'm trying to communicate to my spiritual team. I use Florida water, which you saw I splash Florida water in my bones. I use a smoke from incense, any herb that's cleansing. I like to waft it in with the smoke to cleanse it. I'm doing this every time before um a read. I like to cleanse my items as a way to reset. And here, if you haven't seen my videos, I already showed you I have my astrological wheel. Wherever the items lay, depending on the house, that's how I read it. The items, I read the items, but also read what house it fell in. So I'd be able to know what messages is it giving me. Also, after that, I read my bones. I pull tarot cards as a way of like pretty much give me the final conclusion. Like, let's wrap it up. What is the final conclusion that you're coming to? Like, the concluding message you like to give me. I understand I'm doing this with all my readings with my clients. I do both bone throwing and I also read tarot. You're getting a whole package deal in an hour. And when you have finished your session with your spiritual team, instead of saying goodbye, you'll say until we meet again. That's what I was told. And understand with the cards, um, there's no limit. I just will pull as many cards as I want, within the hour time frame. And now that the sun is fully up, it is time to really start my day. Every morning, I take an antidepressant, and I also take anxiety medication as needed when my anxiety flares. I can't speak for anybody else on their journey, but I know for me, my depression can be debilitating sometimes, and taking the antidepressants really does help. The goal is to one day not have to take antidepressants any longer, but until then, here we are. This morning, I am washing with my confidence booster soap, very fitting. Orange represents my sacral chakra, which is the creativity, confidence, and self esteem is rooted in that chakra, something I definitely need when creating and, when creating content and putting myself out there. I love this soap. It's chamomile, bergamot, and rose scented. It lathers very, very well. And of course, link is in the bio when wanting to purchase these soaps from my website. As I do my best thinking in the shower, honestly, when I'm in water. I try to be in water as much as possible, as you'll see later on in these videos. In these moments of getting ready, um, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm getting shower, I'm brushing my hair, I'm getting myself ready for the morning. And in these moments, I realize I just need to be present. I can't just be thinking about what should I record, what should I do. I realize how that can bring me to just overthinking and be filled with anxiety. I realize on this trip, and as I'm recording my voice right now, I'm at the ending of the trip. It's a coming to an end, and I'm thinking how important it was really just to be present. It was to just live and just to relax and not think about who do I want to be? How do I present myself to the world? How do I convince these people, I am this person that is, you know, kind-hearted and willing to help and show all these amazing things I can do. In this moment, I just need to be me and let that speak for itself and let that be enough. In these moments, I realize, I am enough. And I just need to relax, ease up a bit and just enjoy, the blessings and the great things that I do have. I'm right now living the life that I manifested months ago, years ago, and past me. Not think about, will look into what I have right now and just realize, wow, I am so blessed. And the amazing thing about my products is the fact that it can be paired well together. I'm rubbing myself with my protection oil. I cut my finger a bit. um, So yeah, with this protection oil, I rub myself with protection oil, and that's why I love using my specialty oils because it can be mixed in with lotion. You'll see how on this trip I mix it in with the bug spray, I mix it in with the sunscreen. I like how I have that nice glowy, oily sheen on my body. And also I love the way it smells. Protection oil is gardenia, sage, and patchouli scented. Um, it smells so good, and I always look forward to having chance and moments to really use this on my skin. Yeah, this bug spray was extremely strong, something I should not ever use indoors. It was literally killing me. The smell was choking me to no end, but these bugs here, they do not play. They will bite you through your clothes, and I don't have time to have bug bites all over my skin on vacation. That's the last thing that I want. And I'm gonna be quite frank with you. If you're choosing to be in the type of line of work that I'm getting into, having one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in this physical plane, you're gonna want to protect yourself because there's always something lurking. Unfortunately, that's how things are. There's always gonna be things that sense what you're doing and they will come, they're attracted. Good, and anything good or bad or whatever unwanted is always going to be attracted to you if you attempt to reach out to the spiritual plane and you need protection. um I'm always going to be rubbing myself with my oils. These herbs are protection herbs, and if this is for you. If you getting yourself into this line of work, I suggest you please protect yourself and take care of yourself. And this is what these oils will be for. And my soaps, of course, as well. And to be honest, you never know what's being thrown at you either. You always gotta remain vigilant and be honest. I'm always ready, so I never have to get ready. And what a beautiful morning to eat outside, to take a stroll outside in the garden, be met with these animals, cats. There's always so many cats, and it's some dogs that reached out to me to sniff me and greet me. But I've noticed I always attract cats and birds. And the host at this Airbnb, it's so nice to make breakfast, of course, at an additional cost, which is no problem. But I just ate my breakfast, burned some incense so these bugs can stay away so I can eat outside. But it was really lovely outside, a little bit of humid, but not too hot. ate my breakfast, and also did a little bit of editing. And the host here was so amazing. They made my stay here so comfortable. Food was amazing. Um, I've noticed that of course, a lot of things in other countries are going to have less sugar than they do in the United States. Something I had to get used to. Less sugary foods, but definitely way more flavorful, which I did appreciate. Man, one thing about me is I love to eat, I love food, and I love enjoying myself. And one thing about this content creation thing is to not even let it control you, overwhelm you, and take power over your life, or have power over your life. Essentially, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and if I can just live in the moment, experience life, teach a few lessons, and show a few things that I've learned along the way, then that's a bonus. If you all can learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and learn from what I have learned, then that's a bonus. And if I meet a few people along the way who I can learn things from, pick up a little wisdom along the way, then that's just, that's the essence of life to me. It's learn a few things, enjoy a few things, and just live in the moment.
Daydream with me, let your mind explore all the things we were created for. Possibilities, an open door that keeps us reaching out for more. Sure.